This is Pastor here. Welcome to our week where we focus on marriage. We are going to be reading from my book, The 50 Definitions of Marriage, starting tomorrow. Maybe I'm going to pick 5 definitions for us to kind of talk about. But let me give you some kind of beginning of our conversation. So let me talk about the difference between love and marriage. Love and marriage, right? You've heard people say love is not enough, right? Let me kind of give you a practical way of classifying love and classifying marriage. All right, so let's start with love. So love, when you talk about the camp of love, we are looking at things like physical attraction, beauty, sexual passion for one another, desiring one another on an emotional level. There's a vibing, there's a sense of connection on a deeper level, soulmate kind of feeling, a feeling that makes you want to talk to him and talk to her all day, all night. Have his or her picture, there's chemistry, there's vibing, there's solid friendship. There is just this good feeling that you guys have for one another. That is love camp right there. All right. Now, when we talk about marriage camp, it's a different thing altogether. In the camp of marriage, we're talking about managing life responsibilities, managing life ups and downs, consistently being responsible every day. The reality, the real deal, where you have to pay bills, you have to work, you have to provide, you have to be faithful, you have to be consistent, and regardless of whether you have it in you or not, you have to bring to the table, because you disappointing other people hurts people emotionally, hurts people financially, hurts people psychologically. And so marriage is a strong call to be consistent, to let your yes be yes, to let your no be no, and is to take in a lot of people's weaknesses and also show your weaknesses, hoping that you too can survive. So marriage is work. Good work, it might not be sweet work, but marriage require that kind of work, being consistent, being faithful. That right there is marriage. Putting your personal enjoyment on hold to take care of somebody who's not feeling well, who's not making enough money at a stage in your life. A marriage is good, difficult, selfless work, right? Doing it every day and continue building that. That is marriage. You got it? All right. Now, once you put love and marriage together, you get 3 flavors. There's a toxic flavor, there's a natural flavor, and there's a thriving flavor. The toxic flavor is when all you had was just this passion for one another, sexual attraction, and just the friendship part. And once you lack this ethic, this marital ethic to make it work, character base to make it work, then you end up with toxicity, and there's this anger issues, there is emotional busting, there is just bitterness, a lot of pain with emotional kind of roller coaster, and becomes an abusive and toxic. That is one flavor. The natural flavor is where it's a mixture of good and bad, but people focus on the good and they keep going. So they don't have a good marriage, they don't have a thriving marriage, but they have a natural marriage where they come home. So most natural marriages, they take other side things, side chicks, other things to kind of compensate for what they don't have and all of that. But some of them will focus on, because of the children, I have to stick around, all of that. So it's not like a toxic, but it's just a natural one that you can live with a person, but you may not kind of be thriving. Right? And lastly, the thriving marriage. Thriving marriages are ideal cases, right? And unfortunately, most marriages are natural. They wish they were thriving, but they don't even have the resources and the time. Because for all you know, to thrive, you might need to take every other week off just to work on a marriage, and nobody got time for that and the money for that. They have to go to work and pay bills and keep consistently cooking, cleaning, working hard, right? And going back to work, all of that. You see what I'm trying to say? Yes, there's no time to take off, no time to do you. do we in the marriage, right? So nobody really has time to thrive. So most marriages are in the natural state. Few thrive. And some days you thrive, some days you go down. So the 5 definitions we're going to talk about is going to help us begin to pick up certain tips and truths that we can add to our tools box as we live. Because the goal is that at least marriage should not harm you if it's not kind of helping you. All right, so stick around and let's enjoy this conversation. God bless you.